Yo, it's back. Third Coast Entertainment, 3CP, CJ, No Huddle Podcast. That was a game Friday night. But real quick, I didn't get to do my real quick last week. But it's a real quick. Um, Shout out to the Cowboys, 3-0, right there. Uh, but I was sitting in my garage, right, and I was just sitting in the garage, and I was like, I don't know if y'all do this, but I was just sitting there. I was getting ready to go somewhere, and I was sitting there, just kind of just looking at my phone. Just I don't know what I'm just sitting there, right, just thinking like, what the hell I'm gonna get when I go to the store. And so I'm sitting there, and it's dark, right, and it's in the garage. I can't see nothing, but I hear a step. I hear like if y'all can hear that, I hear a footstep, like somebody walking to me. And so I closed the door quick as I can, and I took off. And I'm like, I don't know who the hell it was, or who was walking up to me, but I took off. Like I was like, forget that. I took off. I thought it was a ghost. I don't know what the hell it was, but I was like, forget that. I swear. But I looked around. I came back and everything. I didn't see nobody. It was no person there, nobody. But I heard the footstep walking to, like somebody was walking to me. I like, I don't know what the hell. Anyway, JT ended up playing Euless Trinity. The game got rained out last year, and it was almost a possibility for this game to be rained out this year. But it happened. So I know where everybody's thinking, dang, they 0-4. But remember, this is just the preseason pretty much. And they actually did play a better game defensively against Trinity. Even though Trinity, they really wasn't a passing team like Longview. Longview can pass, kind of. But Trinity they was really just running the ball, just run. But they did pass. They do a little play action pass. A better JT team, maybe about 5 weeks from now, a few weeks from now, could possibly go back and beat that Trinity team that they played Friday. Now, like I said, the defense played well all the way to the end, but they got ran down where they just couldn't make the stops because the offense wasn't getting on the field as much and giving them help. That was a big problem. We know about that, but it showed better signs because they held Trinity to 28 points, which is less than what people thought they was gonna put on them. 42 to Longview, but the 28 points, okay, that's not bad because most of the score, I think the last score was pretty much just garbage time where they was like, it was over anyway type score. So they wasn't really just trying more. I don't know. But with that being said, they showed some signs that they could make some happen because, people might be worried, dang, if you struggle 4 weeks on offense like this, you're pretty much whatever you are offensively, you pretty much going to be that same team going in the next week, which is going to be Texas High, some guys were saying. But, you never know. Because last year, this team, they struggled against a Longview team, and they beat Lee, but they struggled against a good Longview team. But, this team lost to Lee in blowout fashion and to Longview in blowout fashion. But they lost to Trinity in you could say almost blowout, but it was closer than expected because the game was a little bit closer than the score indicated. But, I think they're getting better. The last drive seemed like they was getting better. When Cam Ford threw the touchdown, I saw signs like, wow, his deep ball is getting better. They actually started letting him throw the ball like the last few minutes of the game. And him and number 3 were kind of connecting. Like the guy, number 3, I don't know who is that? Who was number 3? Anybody on the comment section, from wherever, let me know. Because I thought, isn't that Warren used to be the quarterback last year? Or did he graduate? I don't know. But if that's the case, I was always wondering why didn't they just go back with him at quarterback or something. But anyway, he can catch the ball. He was catching the ball, and then something he'll drop it. That's just the big problem. It's gonna be the problem for a long time. JT, well, I hope it's not for a long time because you got to catch the ball coming in the district. You can't miss these catches like they're missing them in these last 4 weeks. But he'll catch one, then he'll catch a deep one, and then he'll miss a wide open slant. Like it's like, come on, dude, what are you doing out there? Like this catching drills, this catching the ball is something that he's got to just fix because that's something you just cannot do. Because Texas High, they even though they even played but like some 4A teams, they showing like they've been pretty good. People say the guys from Longview who saw them scrimmage said they played them pretty well, even though they lost. So this is gonna be a test because if JT struggles against a Texas High team, that means they might struggle against a Wiley East team, a bad Poteet. So this could be wide open. But showing, I felt like that last drive where Cam threw that touchdown, I feel like this team is getting to that hump now where they can show offensively what they can do. And I feel like that's what you're going to see more of going into this next game. Like the offense is going to be a little better now because now remember, they're still playing all 6A teams. This better competition. You can say, oh, they 0-4 struggle, but the same team did this and went all the way to the playoffs. Like three rounds deep or something like that. So you can't give up on them that quick. Can't give up on them that easy. It's just that's what happens. Young team, they gotta get it going. It's just one of those things you gotta go through. And they might not get it together this season. But definitely next season they will. But not saying that they might not go deep in the playoffs, but with the competition level and you see that Frisco Lone Star took down Highland Park, it's still wide open where JT can go right back to where they came. And possibly, like I said, I keep saying that they're going to meet Highland Park again. And I'm marking my word with it. I'm putting money on it that they will meet Highland Park again and beat them. So that means they got to make the playoffs, right? So that's what I'm predicting. Just take my word for it. They're going to be fine. So that being said, we own the Texas High. Like I said, I think CJ might know more about the guy. I've been telling him about it. It's a dude they got that can play defensive end, and he plays wide receiver. He got like D1 offers. I don't know his stats or nothing, but that's what the guys from the Texas High fans on the forum was telling us about. And speaking of the forum, shout out to people on the forum. Kudos for life. No days off Texas. All those guys, JT Fan 99, Von G. Shout out to Kudo for life. I finally saw Kudo for life recording the band. He was always, every time the band played, he would get up and record the band with his phone. Like, if y'all don't know, you go on the forum. If you see those videos on YouTube, that's pretty much who's been recording the JT band all the time. Kudo for life. So shout out to him. Good to see some people on the forum there. Cause I actually seen, well, I didn't get to see, but one of the Longview dudes when I went to the Longview game, when JT played Longview, but at home, was it last year or year before that, whatever, GT, he had seen me, but I didn't see him. And he was saying, like, look up. I looked, I didn't see what. Yeah, shout out to all y'all people. Yeah. Now, before I got here for the Bring City on, I just want to say, everybody, keep subscribing to this page because my subscribers are going up. And I haven't even been uploading but nothing but podcast videos. So keep sharing, keep doing all this. I hadn't even got back to my Madden stuff. And my subscribers are going up. Like I said, when I hit the 1,000 subscribers, this channel is going to take a whole different change to where you're going to see this 1,000 subscribers are all I need. And a lot of stuff is going to change for this channel for the best, for the better. Just know that. So, yeah, that being said, for the Big City on, like I said, Friday night, another home game. JT, the fair, and all, they're going to be around. And, yeah, it's a pretty good day. And you know what, CJ? I can't believe this, but Nathan Peterman has had a job for like consecutive weeks, and he hasn't been talked about. Ain't that strange? Nathan Peterman still has a job, and Colin Kaepernick can't get a job. Ain't that weird? That's just something weird to be. The worst quarterback I've ever seen in my life is getting a paycheck to do nothing. Like, maybe I should be a quarterback. You think I could come out and be a quarterback? Because I think the Dolphins need a quarterback anyway. I could play for the Dolphins. I heard they were selling tickets for like $20, and they said you can call like 2 plays or something on the sideline. Like that's how cheap Dolphin tickets are now. But yeah. For the stats of the CJ, no other podcast. Keep sharing, keep subscribing, and yep, we are.
Yeah, yes. Well, speaking of the Nate Peterman thing, I'll get that out of the way before I jump into this John Tyler football. Well, he has a job as a backup quarterback, so all he has to do is back up Derek Carr, and everything is good. So that means he's not on the field as Derek Carr gets hurt. So that explains that. So and also John Gruden actually praised him before the season started. There was actually some analysts talking about it. They actually had segments on these debate shows. It was some laughter on ESPN, but I don't want to get into that. We gonna stick. Let me stick to the subject. Maybe I'll get on that another day. But JT wrapped up non-district play, the brutal non-district schedule against Euless Trinity. Now, of course, there's a lot of fans out there with, of course, seeing how John Tyler has performed so far this season. They was like, especially after that Longview game, they're like, well, we got one more very, very tough game. Let's get this out of the way so we can get to district where the games count and where the schedule might be a little less brutal. Even though you start off district against a very tough Texas High team, always a tough matchup. Even though John Tyler has had, over the last few years, John Tyler has had the success over Texas High in most of the games, playoffs and regular season. So both teams are very familiar with each other. But I'll get into Texas High in a few minutes. Just some thoughts, my thoughts after watching Friday night's game. Of course, we all knew John Tyler was going against a state powerhouse, Euless Trinity, state championships. They wake up, they in the playoffs. I mean, they roll out of bed, they in the playoffs. So that's battle tested. So I knew, especially, look. Even if it's the John Tyler team that we're accustomed to seeing, we're not accustomed to seeing this kind of John Tyler team where the offense is just struggling to score. It's just anemic. You might, like I was telling Rob Friday night, you might see a splash play here or there, and then the drive stall. You get a little hope, then the drive stall. It's like, they still struggling to put it together, something missing. I don't know if it's the skill players, Keaton Crawford and everybody else. You see little flashes of Cam, but can he put it all together? How long is it going to take for him to put it all together as a quarterback? I see arm talent, just had to work better on the accuracy some, of course, very mobile. That's one good thing. Very mobile, very elusive. And when the offensive line, you see how they struggle, definitely against Lee. Longview pushed them around a little bit. They was getting off the line on both sides. That's where the difference was made. That's how, I was saying to myself after that Lee game that all Longview got to do is watch this tape, and they might be licking their chops. Yeah, we can definitely get to the quarterback. We can own the look. If you own the game at the line of scrimmage, that's just a ball game right there. Lee showed you, Longview showed you, and then Trinity they got them. I was telling Rob, it reminded me of Alabama, as Stephen A. would call them the meat and potato boys down there in Alabama. But they got meat and potato boys, just big Samoans, And of course, they ran old school offense, mostly run, mostly a running team. And also, like I say, when they get that going, of course, John Tyler's defense, hung in their first half. And I was thinking to myself, if John Tyler can only score, this could be an interesting game because you can stop, you can stall their drive. They're not very predictable on offense. Talking about Euless Trinity, hit a pass here and there, kind of like the old JT offense that they used to run with Allen Wilson, but the thing about it is, I was like, well, the one pro I see about this game is the Gentile defense has an opportunity to give the offense more possessions because, okay, you can get Euless Trinity out the field 36, 38. If you get them to 36, they're mostly running team. And watch out if they hit you with the play action pass or the bootleg, and you can get them off the field, which I was seeing in the first half. But the thing is, when your offense is struggling, it even takes you longer to get in a rhythm during the game, let alone the season. So that's a very tough situation. And then, you know, you got fans holding on to the hope that they have. But the bright spot is, let's see what happens in district. But you start off district with a Texas High team that's coming in 3-1. You know, tough team. They have a reputation of being tough, playoff bound, all of that. So, you know, we gotta see what happens. And then, of course, you go on to, you know, Wild East. But we'll talk more about Wild East on the next episode of the podcast. But in just a second, I'm gonna just go with, you know, a little stat line. But like Rob mentioned, he mentioned Cam throwing the number 3. That'd be Frank Turner. He was throwing some go routes to him late in the second half. You know, the game looked pretty much out of reach at that time, and he finally hooked up with Frank Turner on a 32-yard touchdown pass in garbage time to at least give him a touchdown, because now it was looking like, man, you know what I'm saying, John Tyler going to go 2 straight games without a touchdown, you know. So, that, you know, that's crazy. But, you know, the offense, like I said, 10 point, you know, you score a touchdown against Lee, no points against Longview, and only 10 against Euless Trinity. We're not used to that. We're not used to an anemic John Tyler offense. Plus, players playing their tails off on both sides of the ball. Keaton Crawford, punt return, running back, cornerback, just playing his tail off, man. And you just like, man, can they just put it all together, what they have? And when the skill players, you know, you could tell Robert Draper has some promise. You could tell Austin Campbell, who Rob says always open. He made some number 10. He made some catches in Friday night's game. So can they just put it all together? And, you know, like I was saying, you know, it's hard for the receivers to make uncontested catches, let alone comeback routes where the balls was dropping off the hands, you know, like Rob has mentioned before, hands made for decoration, and that's exactly what it looked like. So, you know, it's frustrating as a fan to watch that, because you're not used to watching that. You're not used to the anemic performance from the skill players, just from the offense as a whole. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done chemistry-wise on the offense. Just like I said, and then it seemed like, you know, they even tried to run some RPOs, some run-pass options, and Cam, kind of like Baker was doing with Odell. You know, that's something you have to get down to a T, and I could tell that they just, whatever it is in practice, they need to get that down, because that's one of the things that can help open up this offense, because the offense, you know, just drop back at passing, just, you know, running it out of the gun, you know, teams are waiting on that. When your offense is anemic, you have to find a way to open up this offense. You have to expand it, you know, get them in space, give Keaton Crawford more opportunities to shine. Of course, a beautiful ball was thrown to Keaton Crawford over the shoulder catch in the corner. But like I said, because of Cam's, like, his struggle, his inconsistency to accurately throw the football. I see the ball sailing out of bounds, and also he doesn't keep it in bounds to where his receiver has enough space to make a play on it and stay in bounds. And I saw that Friday night. So that's something he needs to work about. That's all a part of accuracy. But you have to get your teammates a better ways to, you know, make a play on the ball. But let's see what happens. This is where it counts. I'm going to definitely be watching closely over these first 2 district games, Texas High, Wild East, because district start. It counts now, and you're facing a team coming in 3-1 that's fresh off going a Texas high team that's fresh off going down to Kilgore and hanging an L on them. So, but yeah, Cam Ford. Actually, he played the whole game. They didn't rotate quarterbacks this game. They kept Isaiah Johnson at wide receiver on the offensive side of the ball. Cam Ford, 16 of 37, 166 yards. He did have 2 interceptions. So, of course, when you're inconsistent on throwing the football accurately, then you throw interception in. That's just a recipe for disaster on a anemic offense. But yeah, like I said, Trinity, mostly rushing team, and they total over 300 yards rushing, 323 yards rushing to JT's 51 yards rushing. That, of course, will get you beat right there. JT led the passing yard game, of course, because useless Trinity mostly ran the ball. It's just over. They had 90% of their offense was running. So, they only totaled 77 yards passing to Gentiles 166. And, of course, Euless Trinity dominated in the total yards, 400 to 217 for JT. Penalties, 6 apiece for each team. So it was, pretty much nip and tuck in the penalties. 40 penalty yards for Trinity, 35 for JT. So, yeah, there was a lot to clean up facing this Texas high team. But, like I say, how does this Texas high team match up to these teams they done played the last 3, these 4 district games? Even though we can say Longview and Trinity and, scoff at Horn and Lee, but, they lost to them too. But the thing is, hey, man, we got to see what JT team we going to see this first week or 2 of district. And it doesn't get any easier, especially this first game. You want to start out, you're 0-4 now. You want to start out with a win to kick off district against a very high-quality team in Texas High. And I believe, Texas High, they always have D1, D1 talent, both sides of the ball. They got a guy, receiver, I believe, Kobe Webster. He's recruited pretty high. Then he's like a 6'1" receiver or something like that. So that's something to watch out for. We'll see Keaton Crawford probably be on him. But, yeah. Man, it's business coming up. We ain't used to seeing this, so, we have to give y'all the facts on this end. We have to give y'all the facts. We support this team heavily. But we're going to have to speak facts. We can't be biased about it. We can give predictions like Rob is giving his predictions. I'll talk about what I see. You know what I'm saying? This is where it's made of. We're used to them turning this around in district. So, let's see what happens. I ain't worried about the defense. They'll put it together. The offense, that's where it is. You have to score points. I'm sorry. You have to score points. Bottom line. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line. But, hey, let's see what happens against Texas High. We'll be back at this thing in a few days to talk about this. And hopefully it's a dub. Also, before I get on here, man, before I get off of here, pass it back to Rob, how to give, little shout-outs. Hey, shout-out to one of my favorite people, Miss Keela Henderson. She'll be celebrating a birthday in a couple of days. Shout-out to her, man. I appreciate the support and the love. Hey, shout-out to the rest of the Libras that, support me. Shout-out to my brother, DJ Los, man. It's a big event going down Marshall, Texas. Carlos Rhymes, y'all follow him on Facebook. You need a dependable DJ. He your boy to holler at. Much love to everybody. Much love to East Texas. Thank y'all for rocking with us. Thanks for the bookings and all of that. And I'm going to pass it back off to Rob 3CP, and we're going to keep making this thing happen. 903 versus everybody. East Texas versus everybody. Y'all know the movement. I'm out here.
Yeah, what he said, I'm looking at this damn roller coaster. There's no way I'm riding this. No way in hell I would ride this roller coaster. It's like a straight drop to a tunnel. But yeah, man, we finna be out here. Shout out to everybody on the forum. Like I said, y'all be really consistent on listening to that podcast too. Like I done got people from other cities and towns and schools listening to it. Like the one guy, he pointed out that I said I said about Trinity last week. I said it's gonna be a bunch of Troy Palomalus running around doing what they want. And he found that kind of funny. That means he listened to the whole podcast. I said it like in the middle or somewhere in the middle. So like I said, a lot of people listening to us, and we still going. And my YouTube people, I said, ain't forgot about you, Mike, Roses, Ransom, all my dudes. Damn, Ransom, I ain't heard of Ransom in a minute. I gotta get your number back, dude. Ransom is a cool dude. I don't know if he listening. This dude, like, it was a reason me and him connected on YouTube, and it was not because of the game, even though we connected playing the football game, but it was like a bigger reason. And I'm just glad that we connected to talking stuff, and hopefully I'm coming back, y'all. I ain't forgot about you, damn it. I'm coming, but you got to give me time. My computer broke again, so now I got to get another computer so I can upload again and everything. But I'm coming back, get my Madden, my Xbox, all this stuff. Is I might just wait till Christmas time to do a whole giveaway. I'm still gonna do the giveaway. Y'all just know when I'm coming hard. And that sounded really oh, okay, man. Yeah, we out here. It's going down, Third Coast game, and next week we're gonna get the preview. Hopefully we talk about a JT win. And till then, we out.